I'd like to welcome our audience from throughout upstate South Carolina, for that matter, for this program, maybe throughout the country. This is, I'm proud to say, our 51st Coaches for Character program over the last 15 years. I'm just as proud to say we've had over 45,000 students attend our programs. So proud of that, so proud of what's happening tonight, all about our mission of teaching youth the importance of education and character. As we always do, we'll start our program with the National Anthem, and you'll note during the anthem, many beautiful pictures from the last 15 years of our programs. All are pictures of students. Some of you may be 30 years old now, and you'll see yourself 15 years ago with some of the amazing coaches and speakers we've had. So now let's get things kicked off with the National Anthem.
I'll just take
As everybody knows, it's been a tough last year for all of us. So many nonprofits are struggling. We've had our struggles, but I'm very pleased and proud to say that we managed to keep on keeping on. We couldn't have done it without our amazing supporters and sponsors. They're the lifeline, kind of like recruiting is in football. Our sponsors, our supporters, we couldn't do without them. You saw them flash across the screen at the beginning of the program. You'll see them flash across the screen at the end. I can't thank you enough for your support. What we're doing to impact upstate youth, couldn't be happier about. It wouldn't be happening without you. Thank you very much. Also, some things that wouldn't be happening with me and Coaches for Character. We wouldn't be doing anything without the amazing help I've had from Clemson interns over the years. I've got two wonderful ones this year. I wouldn't dare let this opportunity go by without giving them a little screen time and thanking them. So I can't say thank you enough to these two Clemson seniors. If you got any great jobs out there, you'd be lucky to hire these two. Business majors, sports marketing, call me up, I'll tell you about them. Thank you so much to Tori and Alex. All right, moving on. Thank you, girls. Moving on to the trio tribute. This is a special part of all of our Coaches for Character programs. It consists of, we start off with a $500 check from Coaches for Character. It goes to a local upstate middle school or high school. And then the students at that school, they select the charity of their choice that they'd like to donate that check to. So we have quite a touching, meaningful, short, but very sweet ceremony you're going to witness tonight. We have Anna Hickey, who's the senior student body president at Riverside High School. Brenda, I'm going to let Anna introduce Brenda, and Brenda will tell us a little bit more about her charity. But Anna is going to tell us who the students at Riverside chose, what charity they chose to present the check to, and she's going to tell us why. Tune in. I hope you're watching. This is special. Anna, it's all yours.
Hi, my name is Anna Hickey, and I'm the student body president at Riverside High School. Our selection of the charity, Bella's Angel Heart of Hope, was an easy one for us to make, seeing that Bella was a student at Riverside High School. Many students, such as myself, were in class beside Bella when she was first diagnosed with osteosarcoma, also known as bone cancer, at the age of 12. Bella was a vibrant, beautiful, and kind-hearted girl who unfortunately lost her battle our freshman year of high school. During her fight, she was in and out of the hospitals, and she was witness to the hundreds of kids who were also fighting life-threatening diseases. This inspired Bella to try and take action. She started putting gifts in pillowcases and giving them to the children in order to raise their spirits. Despite being so young herself, Bella knew the importance of giving back to the world around her and was passionate about helping others. When she passed at age 15, she made her parents promise to continue her work of helping the kids around her. And that's exactly what they've done through Bella's Angel Heart of Hope. Riverside High School couldn't think of a more deserving charity that deserves this, and we'd like to thank Coaches for Character for giving us this opportunity.
I am so honored. Thank you so much, Anna, and Riverside High School Student Council, and Greg Blood of Coaches for Character organization for the amazing work that they're doing in our community. It is truly humbling to continue the charity that Bella created from her hospital bed, despite overwhelming obstacles with cancer. Our mission is to give hope to all children with life-threatening illnesses through our gifts of love.
No, I didn't.
This is made possible through our gifts program.
I know how to
Bring smiles to the children's faces during chemotherapy and other treatment. Also our financial assistance program for rent, mortgage, utilities, and funeral expenses. When parents are given the horrific diagnosis that their child has a life-threatening illness or cancer, one parent usually becomes the 24/7 caregiver. This places a huge financial strain on the family. It is a blessing to continue Bella's legacy in serving our local families. Thank you so much again, Anna, Riverside High School Student Council, and Greg Blood of Coaches for Character for this amazing opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. What a special treat that was. Gosh, unbelievable. Moving on, we have tonight. There's a lot of orange in here. We've got not one, not two, but 3 Clemson Tigers to introduce you tonight. What wonderful people, great football players. Obviously, they're starting a new chapter in their life with the NFL, but role models, not only great football players, but great people, both on and off the football field. We're delighted to have them with us tonight. Trevor Lawrence, we'll talk about Trevor later. We'll hear from Trevor at the end of our program. He has a special presentation he's going to present to all of us. But we do have Amari Rodgers with us and Travis Etienne. Along with them, we have another special guest. You know, we had a guy named Kirk Herbstreit here, spoke at Coach for Carrot about a month ago. Everybody knows Kirk from game day, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I can't be Kirk Herbstreit. I'm not going to try to be, I promise you. But we're going to talk a little football here. We got to do a little of that. And I can't think of a better person to do that. If it's not Kirk Herbstreit, it's surely not me. But former Clemson quarterback, Clemson great, he's with us. Taj Boyd. Let's talk some football with these two.
Let's chop it up a little bit. And look, we're at Coaches for Character with some high character guys who've been both exemplary on and off the field. And that's what I want to talk about first, the duality of it. Okay, how do you transition from being not only just an athlete but a student of the game as well? And Travis, let's start off with you. When you're in that space, right, and you're trying to figure out what that time management looks like, you know, what was it that you needed to get firmly grounded in first in order to go out and perform at your best, both on and off the field?
Well, for me, the biggest thing was just listening to Coach E. He has a saying, what you do on the field is how you do everything is how you do anything is how you do everything. And so he just always said that to me, and it kind of always just stuck with me. And I mean, it just kind of took me far in my career and just everyday life. So I feel like Coach Elliott just really instilled something in me since I was a freshman and kind of just followed me through my senior year.
And Amari?
For sure. It was just all in all, just all the coaching staff, Clemson, and just the whole culture, just how Coach Sweeney ran everything. It was a family culture and everything, so you just felt at home, and just how welcoming it was from day one. I feel like that really just grew me into the man and the type of player that I am today, just going through that whole 4-year process and just learning everything from everybody.
Well, and not being natives of the state of South Carolina, Amari, you're from Tennessee. Travis, you're from Louisiana. What was that culture like when you walked into that locker room for the first time, and how well were you received?
We was received well. I just feel like that's just the culture that they have there at Clemson now. Coach Sweeney just really instilled that in everyone, and it was just they opened up open arms. So I mean, just going in there, I was just it was just crazy, because you would go in there, you'd think everybody would be so hostile, but they were just so welcoming, and they really just wanted to teach you the ropes and get you implemented into the culture. So I'm just very thankful for Clemson and the culture that Coach Sweeney have. I don't know if I could say that for every place that there is out there.
Picking back off of him, just saying it was like a brotherhood just from day one. Just walking in, you know, like you said, you would think it would be hostile, but you go in, everybody's, you know, loving and caring. They want to see you win just like you want to see them win, because, you know, at the end of the day, we all have the same goal, which is winning the national championship. So we all had to come together and just come to that same mindset, the same goal, and just go in together. So from day one, it's just that same mindset from everybody, and we were all welcome.
And when you did, you guys put some staggering numbers individually, but collectively as a team, I mean, what you guys did was uncharted territory, especially for the Clemson Tigers. So, Travis, man, you know, you grew up, you played running back, but tell us about some of the other things that you were involved in as a kid.
Just growing up, being from a small town in Louisiana, my parents just always kind of kept me into everything. So I could really remember just being Saturday, just going to my uncle's house, riding horses, getting into four-wheels, just stuff like that, keeping me out of trouble, keeping me focused. And so for me, it was just the way my parents raised me, just keeping me just doing things all the time. So I really just look back on it, horseback riding back at home. I really miss that, honestly.
Horseback ride. That's new, bro. I didn't know that one. You know?
Yeah, nah.
Country, bro. You're supposed to be wearing these boots and not me. You feel me? Amari, what about you? You played a plethora of sports, right?
Yeah, for sure. Growing up, I just played sports. Like Trevor said, my parents kept me busy, but it was just a different sport. Whatever season it was, I was playing that sport. If it was basketball, football, baseball, I was doing something, just staying busy and active. So that's really how I was growing up, just playing ball with my friends, whoever I grew up with. I was on the same teams. We would just beat everybody. So it was just fun to do it, to be able to do that and compete with my boys.
Well, you did it at a high level in high school, you did it at college, and now you're headed off to the pros, man. You're in this transitory period right now where you're just finishing up some of the training. You're getting ready for pro day coming up here in the next couple of days. And how's this been for you, man? Has it been everything that you imagined it would be?
Honestly, it's been everything we imagined and more. I mean, I feel like pro day is the easy part of it. Waiting is the hard part. So I feel like we're ready to go out there pro day and kill it and just show everybody while we in the position that we're in, God-given talent and stuff like that. But as far as the waiting transition, I feel like that's really scary for us, because we don't know what our future is, what lies ahead, don't know where we're going to be. So, but we're just very excited. I mean, just want to thank God, because, I mean, without him, we wouldn't be in this position. So we're very nervous, but very excited to move forward.
Yeah, for sure. We're tremendously excited. You know, we're living our dream, to be honest. You know, this is something that we've been wanting since we were little kids. and now it's just here and we're living it. You know, it's surreal. And like you said, we're thankful for it, to be in this position. We just got to finish strong. So like you said, it's tough waiting, but you know, you just got to enjoy the process and just finish.
All right, so we'll step away from football for a little bit. When we play Madden or Call of Duty, and who's better?
I'm better in both, but I play Warzone most of the time, but I'll switch over to Madden if somebody wants some smoke.
I'm definitely better than him in Madden.
We played 2 weeks ago, and you can ask him who won. So 2 weeks ago, I beat him like 21-0.
Oh my God. Man. All right, so we get away from that. We're going to have to settle this on the big screen somewhere. All right, you guys, did you model your game after anybody growing up, or did it just become your own unique style of play? Because both of you, the way you play the games is a lot different than what you're accustomed to seeing. Travis, I mean, you were able to break free from scrimmage, first play the game against Pittsburgh in the ACC Championship, strike out, get to the end zone. Amari, bro, you've surged, jumped onto the scene. You can go back and read my receipts, though. I've been bragging on you since 2017. All right, we'll just say that. I don't know what year it was for real, but, you know, just know I've been riding for you, my guy. But
Appreciate it.
who do you model your game after, if any?
For me, I modeled my game after Damian Thomason. Just growing up watching him at TCU, then what he did in the NFL, I mean, I just always tried to model my game after him just because he's just just the way that he runs the ball, the moves that he makes, just everything he does. I feel like his game is just really, it's just really helpful. Like, especially today's game, the way the running back's supposed to be used, I feel like he was actually before his time. So I feel like his game is just really, I try to model mine after his, and you see it's been working this long.
For sure. I'll say Steve Smith, just being the type of player that he was, a smaller guy, you know, strong, fast, and, you know, his mindset, his dog mentality is something that, you know, I try to mimic because, you know, he played with that chip on his shoulder. And, you know, he was the smallest out on the field most of the time, but, you know, he played like the biggest. So just that mindset that he had, and whenever he touched the ball, he's trying to score. So, you know, that's really my mindset. I try to mimic that, you know, just come and compete every single day.
And speaking of that mindset, I mean, bro, you guys are the best at what you do, and you're going to continue to be that. But what drives that? Where does it come from?
Honestly, I could say mine comes from the love of the game and just the gifts that God gave me. I feel like every time I step on the field, I'm playing for a reason. I'm playing I'm playing for everyone to see God through me. Just use my gifts in order to just praise Him, honestly. So it comes from definitely within, and I'm just very thankful.
Yeah, I'll say for the love of the game first and foremost, but also for, you know, people and kids from our city, Knoxville. It's not really been that many kids to come out of there and make it to this level that I've been blessed to get to. So, you know, I just want to be that example for them to look up to and just see what it looks like and what it takes to, you know, make it to this level. So, you know, I really just do it for the kids who have dreams, aspirations like I did a few years ago as well. So just being that example for those guys.
Doing it for the culture, bro. I dig that, man. Hey, look, I'm proud of you guys, both of you. Whether I was a Tiger or not, you know, I look at you guys and I see what I hope that our youth would be too. The way that you carry yourselves in that space, man. But, you know, tell us about the locker room a little bit, man. What made this so special at Clemson?
The locker room, just how free-natured everyone is, just the willingness for everyone to open up. It's really a brotherhood. It's really everybody, like I said earlier, welcoming you in with open arms. So I just felt like that just really what made Clemson special. It had that family feel for me, being 12 hours away from Jennings, Louisiana. So just having brothers around me who genuinely care about me and want to see me be better now and for the future. So I feel like that's really, when I'm going to look back, I'm going to miss the most, the brotherhood.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, it was just a brotherhood. Like, everybody's welcome, everybody's family, you know. Outside of football, we're always together hanging out. Like, it's like if you're by yourself, then it's like, it's weird because we're always together. It's just how our friendships was all the way around the team. So just being able to come and work with those guys every single day, you actually loved it and you wanted to do it because you knew it was going to be fun and you knew that everybody had each other's backs and we wanted to achieve the same goal. So I feel like that's really why, because of how everybody had the same mindset and we all wanted to achieve the same goal. And, you know, at the end of the day, we're a brotherhood and we're our family. So, you know, we protected each other and we loved each other and we showed it every Saturday.
Absolutely, man. I dig that right there, man. And I know it's appreciated and it's reciprocated. The legacy that you guys leave is important, and you've definitely done that. So we'll end on some mantra, right? Because one thing you don't want to have is regrets, right? And Travis, you might not know it completely, but me and Amari will start it for you and we'll figure it out from there. So we'll end on this one, you guys. One of the things we knew, we learned, it got embedded in us, was the euphemisms and the dabble with them. So we'll start it. I'll do all I can.
While I can. So that when I cannot, I will not wish that I would have when I could have.
I know that.
Awesome. Thank you guys for joining this segment of Taj Talks with the rest of the guys right here. And I'm going to bail out. So thank you.
Wonderful, buddy. Wonderful. Wonderful job. Entertaining, interesting. Love that. Thank you, Taj. Thank you, fellas. All right, we're going to move forward. We're going to extend a little bit of time here, individual time for both Amari and Travis. Both of them have a brief message, personal message for 2 or 3 minutes they want to deliver. We got 4 high school students here, wonderful students that we're going to bring right on board. But they have a personal message they want to deliver to hundreds, thousands of students throughout the upstate and country that are watching tonight. Take it away, Amari.
For sure. For my message, I would just say, find your passion. Find what you love to do. Find what you love to spend your time with, and, invest in that. Whenever you find what you want to, dream and, spend your time with for the most of your life with, invest your time in that. Invest your learning and spend your mind on that. Get educated on it and just go all in. And don't let anybody tell you can't achieve anything, you can't do anything, because at the end of the day, if you believe in yourself, and you have your family, your loved ones that know and care for you the most and want to see you do great, if you have those people, then you'll succeed. So all I would say is whenever you know what you want to do, just work at it and just grind, because it's always somebody that wants the same thing as you as well. It's always somebody, once you do get that job, if you do get it, somebody that's trying to get your job, somebody trying to take your job. So just at the end of the day, just know that you always got to put work in. You always got to, stay consistent, stay polished, and just, be the best you. So Coach Sweeney always said, if you're not first, you're last. So always try to be the best in whatever you do. Always compete. Always try to be first in everything, because at the end of the day, if you don't try, you're going to regret it. So just always put your best foot forward, and just at the end of the day, just know if you believe in yourself, anything's possible.
All right, so for me, the message I hold near and dear to my heart is your attitude determines your altitude. And that's what my mom always just instilled in me as a young kid. And essentially she meant just, so in life, like, you really don't control what happens to you. So it's really all reaction based. But if you always have a positive attitude and always have the right mindset, you can overcome lots of obstacles. And that just, it's really just translate into life, real life, just responsibilities, things you see day in and day out. So for instance, like my attitude now, I feel like my attitude has really got me here in this situation here at Clemson, and just with the guys that I have around me. So I'm just very blessed. And like I always say, your attitude determines your altitude. And I mean, it's just tremendous. You see, when you start changing the way that you think, your mindset, and having that positive mindset, always thinking about the good in things, always seeing the good in things, that's going to take you so much further in life than having that a pessimistic look, that downside, just always seeing the negative things and something. So, like I said, I just want to reiterate, your attitude determines your altitude, and if you have a right mindset, you're going to go far in life, no matter the circumstances.
Another thing I want to add too is surround yourself with great people, and people who want to see you win and want to see you succeed and have the same goals and mindset as you. If you surround yourself with people who are lazy and don't want to do much, then that's going to become your ways, and that's going to become your habits. Surround yourself with people who want to be successful, who want to achieve great things, and you're going to do the same thing.
Wow. Thank you. What special messages. It's all about running and passing and blocking and all that, but boy, the mental, the emotional, the part of the game, the leadership part, you can certainly see when you listen to these two, and of course we're going to hear from Trevor in a little while, you can certainly understand why Clemson football has been so darn successful. Great messages, actually messages for all of us, not just students. Moving forward, this is a special part of the program. Now we involve 4 local high school students, 2 from Southside and 2 from Carolina High. And a couple of them go talk to Amari here first, and then after that, they'll talk with Travis. So we'll move forward. First of all, I want to present these students to you. The first 2, we'll use my notes here a minute if you don't mind. from Carolina High School, we've got Aaliyah Castillo, and this is more than ironic, we've got another Amari. We've got Amari Wilkins. I want to welcome you two. Aaliyah.
Hello.
And Amari. Nice welcome. All right. So let's start off before we get Amari here. You guys had such interesting stories. Well, Amari, tell us a little. I know in talking to you earlier, one of the things you've really talked about is you want to give back yourself, working with youth. A lot of what we talked about tonight. I guess you told me a little about your story growing up and even today, how you're motivated to help young folks, especially those who are struggling. Tell us a little bit about your story and how that happened.
Hey, how y'all doing? Hope y'all say y'all doing good. My name is Amari Wilkins. I attend Carolina High Academy. I'm a three-sport athlete, basketball, football, baseball. And growing up, going through DSS, going without no electricity, living with my little brother and my two sisters and my birth mom, it was hard. Trying to find what we're gonna eat the next day, every day. It made me the man I am today, and I wanna go and play pro for basketball, or football or baseball. It really don't matter to me. I just want to be the first in my family to play college sport. I could carry a chip on my shoulder for all the stuff that happened to me, but all I want to do is make it out, be successful, and donate to a foundation that helps with parents struggling to pay the electricity, and kids that's just starving and don't have no food. Yeah.
Wow. Very inspirational. I'm sure you'll be very successful with that attitude and what you've already achieved in your life. Amazing story. We got Amari in here now. Amari, nice to have you back in here. We're going to throw out 2 or 3 topics, okay? And I want to hear your response. You're going to talk with the 2 students over here. Let's just make this like a fireside chat. Everybody relax. Let's have a good time. And I don't want to do a lot of talking. I think the audience wants to hear you 3, okay? So the first question I'm going to throw out there, let's talk a little bit. I want you to start briefly talk about leadership, what that's all about, effective leaders. And then we're going to go to Leah. I want you to follow up, listen to what Amari says, and then we'll get your response.
Yeah, for sure. I'll say a leader is somebody that's dependable, that's somebody that everybody can always, count on and know they're always going to put their best foot forward and they're always going to give their best effort. If you're a leader, you got to be the hardest worker out there. You got to be somebody that, you're going to always be the hardest worker and you're going to always be the last one off the field, the first one in the gym and everything like that. You're going to always stick out because everybody respects your game. They respect your work habits and everything like that. So just being the leader is somebody that has the whole package, to be honest, and that somebody can trust and that can go out there and just be on their A game at all times.
Wow. Good advice. I agree with you.
Sure.
Leah, what's your response to that?
I think an effective leader consists of someone who puts their best foot forward and does everything that they're supposed to do even when no one's looking. It also consists of just putting your all into something and not giving up even whenever you fall or think that it's not getting anywhere. Just following through with your plans and finishing them.
Yeah, definitely. Good stuff. How about today? We'll throw another topic out there. Today, leading a healthy lifestyle when you're a student, when you're an adult, your whole life is important. But I think especially you think about your younger years, Amari, and you 2 high school seniors, now dealing with COVID. How important and why is it important to especially focus on leading a healthy lifestyle today?
Yeah, for sure. I really didn't start to learn about that until I got to college. So it's really important. It's way more important than many people may say. As far as eating healthy, healthy lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. As far as who you surround yourself with and stuff like that, it's all the same thing. So I really didn't start learning about it all coming together until the years I got in college. So I would just say start now. Start creating those habits now. Start building those routines now, so that whenever it does get real, you've been through it already. You know what it takes. You know what it looks like. get ready to attack the real world.
Amari, going to the other Amari now. What's your thought on that, Amari?
Sound like what Amari said, eating a good, healthy diet, and also I feel like depression, like a lot of people go through depression nowadays, and that I feel like that stops kids from going and being successful and follow their dream. Because one person can say a hateful word or something about them, and then their inside of their head is just going crazy, just like, dang, I can't do it. And I feel like that's what stops most kids nowadays, and it's a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, COVID obviously fits into all this. Leah, putting COVID into the healthy lifestyle and what we've all been going through the last year. Talk to us about that a minute. Your thoughts on that, Leah?
I think when it comes to circumstances that we're under right now with the global pandemic and everything, it's very important for us to wear a mask, wash our hands, keep clean, really, and just to keep pushing. Like Amari said, people are going through depression because of this. People are actually losing loved ones and stuff. I actually lost my both grandparents within 2 weeks. So yeah, it's very important to just keep it moving and try to stay safe with everything that's happening and just wear a mask.
Oh, good advice. I'm sure both of your grandparents are very proud of you. Very proud of you. Communication skills, communication skills, whether it's work, play, going to the NFL, you guys at school. What's important in this day and time in terms of interaction and in terms of career, in terms of whatever? How about communication skills? What's that all about?
Communication is a huge part. For instance, with football, it's everything for me. Because if a coach can't communicate with me and tell me what I'm doing wrong, I'm not gonna be able to improve. So I really just push my coaches to coach me hard, because I want to know what I need to work on so that I can improve my game. So that's on in any career. If it's being a teacher or being a firefighter, a cop, if you can't communicate, you're not going to be able to be effective. So communication is very key. And I feel like you should be able to start, learning to improve those skills as early as you can, because the more practice you get, the more easier it gets. So that's what I'll say about that.
So these two, being seniors in high school, moving on to college or workplace or whatever, you said that's pretty important, right? Developing those communication skills.
Exactly, no doubt. And in business as well, if you can't go to your boss and communicate what you guys want to, achieve as a business, then how are y'all going to get there? You got to communicate and plan and map out, what you guys want to do so it can be effective. So communication.
Yeah. So Leah, you and Amari, we'll put you on the spot here a little bit. Tell us, how would you rate yourself on your communication skills? Are you working on it? We're all working on our communication skills. And how important do you feel those skills are in terms of moving forward with your life?
I think it's very important. I do have some areas of improvement though. I tend to stay quiet when I don't want to ask questions because I'm shy to ask questions, but there's times where the questions need to be asked in order for me to get the information properly or get to have my next steps be done right.
Amari?
I feel like communication is a big part of an athlete. Back then, I could have been a way better player, and I'm still showing improvement. But like on a field, like say it's fourth quarter and you're a football game, and you're scared you don't know what you're doing, and you're scared to ask somebody, oh, what am I doing? Because you feel like they're gonna say something to you, and it's gonna stop you from you're gonna have so much thoughts in your head, like, should I ask? And if they say what, you know how kids these days, they'll try to say something to you because you don't know your place or not. But I feel like it stops a lot of people from doing what they want to do, because
especially if it's a team, like something that has to do with teamwork, everybody needs to communicate with each other, just like with sports. So yeah.
Definitely. All of that is right on, so accurate. We're going to lighten things up a little bit. I'm going to throw a question out there. We're going to lighten it up a little, and then we're going to get our other two students up. I know you guys Amari, I hear you're a great dancer, right? I mean, Travis was telling me earlier. Travis, didn't you tell me? How about this Amari over here? What do you think? What kind of dancer do you think Amari is over here? I'm gonna check with Aaliyah in a minute on that. So along that line, I want to know who. And I'm going to start off with the shy one over here. We're going to bring her out of the shell, okay? Is that all right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to let, come here. I want you to ask her who her favorite musical artist is and why. You're going to ask them both that, all right?
All right, for sure. So who
I got it down.
is favorite music artist and why?
I listen to country music, so I'm more of a Luke Combs type of girl, but as long as there's something that gets me in my feelings in the car, I will sing my heart out to it.
All right, Mark. Now, you react to that. That's her answer. You into country at all?
A little bit, you know. I got a playlist, but I barely listen to it, if I'm being honest with you. But I do listen to it every now and then.
All right, now let's go with your twin over here.
Yeah. What's up, twin?
It was good. I don't really have a favorite artist, or I just listen to anything that's good. But pregame, I got pregame song. Like I listen to Lil Baby because like he hypes you up. Like I feel like he just brings that energy, and it just makes me just want to do good, and it pumps me up.
All right,
Yeah, sure.
Big Amari, and how do you respond to that?
I mean, yeah, that's twins, so I feel like
You got
like
it.
Little Baby too, so I feel like it's because of the same name. So I guess we like the same artists. You probably like Lil Durk. You probably like Gunna. The same rappers.
Oh yeah.
I was going to ask you to answer that,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
that's.
I got like 10 artists. I ain't
Throw us 3 or 4 more, and we're gonna close this segment. Throw your 3 or 4 out, and I'll ask them right quick. What do they think of your favorites?
Okay, Lil Durk, NBA YoungBoy, Lil Baby too. So those 3.
All right, over here, back to my high school friends. What do y'all think about those?
I feel
Oh
you.
yeah, yeah.
All right, that's a good note. Amari, great job. Aaliyah, Amari, your twin over there. Great job. Thanks. So we will move forward now. We've got 2 more students coming out, and these 2 are from Southside. Make sure I get the names right here. Put my glasses on. We have Claire Barnes and Jamie Gamble from Southside, and in just a minute, Travis will be joining us in here to have a conversation with them. I want to start off, wow, what a story. Jamie, such a touching and inspirational story. You talked about, I read your bio, I think as a young kid, you were born with some serious heart defects, and wow, the surgeries and how hard you worked and what you've achieved today. My hat's off to you, brother. I mean, what an amazing story. Share that with our audience a little bit, Jamie.
Well, thank you. I would like to start off by saying my heart condition was called T'Challa Floyd. It's a condition where I have a hole in my heart and I have a small artery, so my right side of my heart would get enlarged, and there was a problem, so they had to go and have surgery.
Wow. And football now, are you a senior this year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so are you going to play football in college?
Yes, sir. I'm also I'm planning on going to Virginia University in Lynchburg on a scholarship.
Wow. Boy, you've earned that. My hat's off to you. I'm sure that's an inspirational story for a lot of us out there. Wow. Moving on, let's move on to 2 or 3 of our topics with this crowd. All right, I'm going to start off. Actually, I'm going to start off with a question. I want to start off with a question from Claire. Claire, we talked earlier. I heard you actually talking with Travis. You had a good question. I remember y'all talking a little bit, but tell us what that was that you wanted to pose to him. It's very interesting.
My question was, what do you plan on doing after your pro career? Because I know you're gonna like get old and all, so I just want to know what you're gonna do in the future.
And so it's quite interesting because I asked this question earlier. So I want to own a ranch when I'm done playing football. So I kind of want to just keep that youth side of me, kind of get back to the old days when I was young, just horseback riding, livestock, things like that. So I want to own a ranch somewhere. So hopefully someone out there watching can help me get into that and help me with my career after football is long gone.
Wow, who would ever thought that? Essentially what you learn in life. I'm going to take that away from this program. So we're going to throw out 2 or 3 topics, Travis, with this group, just like we did the last group. And I'm going to start off with, this is a topic that we hear over and over and over again. Some people might say it's trite, it's overused, but how true when you hear people talk about the value of an education. Obviously, a lot of people can make it without, education at this level, that level. How important is that, though?
For me, education is a valuable thing, one of the most valuable things you can obtain in this world today. And just growing up, the household that I was in, my 2 older sisters, they both graduated from high school and college. So they kind of set the bar for me, and mom wasn't having that not going to college degree whole thing. So it just kind of worked out in my favor, and just having my parents the way they raised me. And so I'm just grateful that I'm able to continue that trend. So now it's on my little brother to grow up, graduate from high school and get his college degree. So I mean, it's just something that the Etiennes as a family, we just hold near and dear to our heart. And that degree is going to last me a lot longer than the NFL career will, honestly.
It'll take you to that ranch, won't it?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Working for me.
Claire, how do you feel about that when you see young folks, maybe middle school, you went through those years, here you are today, and you're getting ready to graduate. Talk to us from your opinion as far as how valuable, not just to you, to advice you might give as far as the value of a good education.
Well, my household is very strong about education. My mom was a school teacher, so that was really important to me. Mom always tells me, work hard and you'll get to where you want to be. So I just say that for everyone. If you work hard, you'll be able to get to wherever you want to be. So just keep that in mind and you'll go far.
Let's move on to the next question. This is something that I think all of us in our own way experience in some form or fashion. And I'd like to ask all 3 of you this, if you can share maybe something a little personal, something you're comfortable with. The subject, we all hear about surviving tough times. All of us in our own way go through a tough time in life, tough experience. So let me ask each of you if it's something you want to share, something in your life maybe you've gone through that you look back on, that you persevered, and you're proud of.
Yes, sir. If I could go back to a time that's not that far, just my decision with coming back to school and graduating and getting my degree and before going to NFL draft to come out and get a degree, I felt that was a very tough time in my life, just not really having much adversity, but going through that because your dream is to be in the NFL, but you also want to obtain that college degree. So I felt that was really a tough time for me, and I really leaned on my parents, my mom and dad. They just really helped me get through that time. So I feel like as long as you have a great supporting cast around you and people that you can just genuinely trust and they got the best interest for you, you're able to take on anything in the world, honestly.
Nice, nice. How about you, Jamie? Tell us a little. You already obviously shared something very important as far as overcoming tough times. Wow. You might want to touch on that again, but when you think about overcoming challenges, struggles, talk to us a minute.
Yeah, like I said earlier, last year in January, I had my second surgery. Yeah, that was a very tough time, but I'm happy to be here now and proceed to do the sport I love. So yeah, that was a very tough time and beginning of COVID. So yeah, that was a very tough time for me.
But you persevered. My hats off. How about, isn't that some story?
I know, yes, sir. That was very inspirational, honestly.
Yeah. How about you, Claire? Talk to us a minute.
COVID has been a big part of, a lot of the stress that I go through, probably for other people too. Last year I was diagnosed with hidradenitis suppurativa, so that just kind of, took a turn on my mental health and just how I, portrayed myself to other people. And with COVID going on, that just kind of, made everything worse. But, I just kept being positive. worked hard, you know, reached out to people, because that's the best thing that you can do. If you have friends to motivate you or family, just do that. Just stay positive and everything will be all right in the end.
Yeah, you're right. That's good advice for all of us. That leads into our last topic here. And I think we've touched base on this a little bit. And I'm going to go right back to you on this, Claire. Let's talk a minute about peer pressure. You know, young folks, and when I say young folks, all of us, adults too, but certainly I think middle school, high school, there's a lot of pressures out there. We talked about selecting good friends. You're faced with challenges. You're faced with decisions. Sometimes your friends are doing things and you're on the spot. And I'm sure it goes, same thing happens in college. Talk to us about peer pressure and the advice you'd give all these young folks on how to handle that.
Well, honestly, I wish somebody would told me this when I was younger. It's just, you don't have to fit in, honestly. You know what you want out of your life, so you don't have to let peer pressure get to you, especially when you're younger. You're a kid, middle school, elementary days. All your friends are doing something, you kind of want to tag along and do that with them. But just think to yourself, would your mom want you to do that, would your grandmother want you to do that, or just think if that's going to help you in the future. So like, don't risk something you want most for a moment, honestly. Those 10, 20 seconds could cost you your whole life. So just kind of have that mindset of always thinking about your future. So at that point, you just want to think about not hurting a 30-year-old version of yourself, because you're going to live way longer than that 10 when you're 12 years old. So just think about the 30-year-old version and just think to yourself. And I could really say, just honestly, the friends you select, you should want to have friends around you that's going to constantly try to get you to do bad things, such as peer pressure, like just do things that you're not comfortable with. So if you have friends like that, that's really not your friends, because they don't want the best for you in life.
What do you think? Great advice. Jamie, how do you react to what he said? And maybe, you know, we've all been in situations like that. We look back on our lives and decisions we made. Jamie, your thoughts on what Travis just shared with us?
Yeah, to piggyback off what Travis said, like if you have friends telling you like if you have like friends peer pressuring you, they're not the right people to be around. So like I just like if it's not genuine or something that you know is wrong, don't do it. Or like
Simple. Yeah. Good words. Just don't do it. That pretty much sums it up. How about you, Claire?
Always surround yourself with good people. Social media is a big problem, and a lot of
talk about that a little bit.
Of course, a lot of teens or anybody, you know, look up to people on social media and think that that's what they should be or that's how they should act. But I say that, you know, you don't need to believe everything that's on social media. Keep doing you. And that's all that matters, because what you see on social media is not always real life.
Right. How do you, with all the social media and now with what's going on in your life, I'm sure if you chose to, you could be on your iPhone 24/7 or on your computer or whatever. There's a lot of stress and pressure. How do you handle that priority-wise?
Well, for me, I kind of just handle it, just kind of take a break from social media. For me, I have a 30-minute little set time for Instagram, Twitter throughout the day, so I'm not only more than 30 minutes a day. But me, I like being outside, so social media was never like a huge problem for me, because I put my phone down, I might not get back to it for like 2 and 3 hours at a time. So I just always did a lot of outside things, just like being outside around people, surrounding myself with conversation, stuff like that. So social media never really been a huge problem for me.
Gotcha. Nice. Let's move to the lighthearted end of this segment question. Everybody ready?
Yes, sir.
Jamie, you and Claire ready?
Ready.
All right, here's your question. And I'm interested in you because, you know, you're from Louisiana. They eat a lot of good food in Louisiana, don't they?
Yes, sir.
I love the Creoles and jumbo. I love all that stuff personally. But if you were starving, hadn't eaten a meal in a week, just ravenous, you had to have something to eat. You're in the best restaurant in the country. Guys, you can order anything you want. You're starving. Tell us exactly what you'd order and why.
Oh, well, honestly, I'm not going to a restaurant. I'm going to my mom's house. I'm getting fried pork chops, red beans and rice, and probably some cornbread, honestly. And that's just the most amazing meal for me. Fried pork chops is my favorite. Beans, red beans, I can just taste it right now. It's kind of crazy. So I feel like that'd be, if I had one last meal, that'd be my last meal, honestly. And I could eat that for like the rest of my life. That's how good it is.
You think you'll be able to eat that when you're playing NFL football 7 days a week?
Well, see, well, that's the thing. Coming to college, you really have to create that diet. I don't get as much home cooked meals. My nutritionist told me to stay off the rice, honestly, because it's not really good for my diet. And my wife, like gaining weight and stuff like that, because I went home over spring break. I think I gained over like 10 pounds just being home eating. So you could definitely tell I like the food, but I mean, I have to get away from it. So I try not to eat it every time I go home, but have mom coming up here.
But I guarantee you one thing, your mom is smiling right now. If she's not watching this live, she's going to see it, and she's going to give you a big
yes,
hug.
sir. And I'll be home Sunday, and I want some fried pork chops.
All right. So we're going to move fried pork chops. What do you guys think about that? Fried pork chops. Claire, what do you think? Would that be on your menu if you were in that same situation?
I mean, I like pork chops, so that's cool with me.
Yeah, but now tell us your perfect meal. Now, if you're starving, gotta order something, sky's the limit, what would you eat?
It would be a whole Thanksgiving meal, because Thanksgiving food, in my opinion, just doesn't get old. I can eat it all day, every day, and I'd have to have some of my auntie's macaroni and cheese, because nobody makes it like her.
Nobody makes it like who?
Like my auntie.
Oh, okay, wow. Yeah, nothing like the whole turkey meal. All right, throw it at us, Jamie. You gotta tell us, you're starving now. You just can't wait to get to the table. What's the meal? Who's preparing it? Whatever.
I'm a huge seafood fan, so I got some crab legs. You know what I'm saying? Some potatoes and some shrimp. Yeah, I'm a huge seafood fan. So yeah, we eat some seafood.
I got you. You sound like I think he's serious about that.
Seafood
You like seafood?
Yes, sir. He wants a seafood ball, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you gonna take them? Why don't you just, after we leave here, why don't you take the whole crew here over to Clemson? Rick Irwin's a great support. Can you take them over there to have dinner tonight? Everybody? We got 20 people in here.
Yes, sir. If it's on you, you can take them.
All right, I figured that. Thanks so much. Wonderful job. Claire, you and Jamie, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to special segment. These high school kids have been amazing. Travis, wow. Green Amari, what a special program this is turning into, all about the kids. Y'all are doing a tremendous job. So we're going to move on. We've been saving a segment of the program I told you earlier. Trevor Lawrence, as most of you know, he had his surgery on his shoulder. It wasn't his throwing shoulder, but he still got 3 or 4 months rehab. He was going to be here in person, couldn't for obvious reasons. He's rehabbing in California twice a day and obviously needs to stay out there. But I can promise you, and you'll see why when you check this message out he sent, you'll understand it. His heart is here with his teammates. So we're going to go right now to Trevor Lawrence, who's, where is he in California? Hey, Travis, I know I'm on the screen here now. Where is Trevor in California? Y'all know? Where is he training? Laguna. Tough life out there. Eh?
Yeah, tough life.
Nah, but yeah, he did have his surgery out there, and he's doing fine. His recovery is going along fine. But he sent us a special message, and we're going to end the program with this special message from Trevor Lawrence. Take it away.
What's up, y'all? This is Trevor. I'm coming to you guys actually from California. I really wish I could be there in person in South Carolina with some of my teammates, and wish I could be there. I'm sure some of you guys have heard I had to get shoulder surgery a couple weeks ago, so I'm still recovering, trying to get healthy, and everything's everything's going well with it, but still trying to recover. But I'm sending my best. I really wish I was there. And first and foremost, thank you to Greg and the Coaches for Character, the whole staff, everyone for making this work and putting this program together. I'm super excited just to be a small part of it. I'm really honored that you guys would ask me to speak at it. So thank you all so much. And I appreciate you guys giving me the time. It means a lot, definitely. So I just wanted to talk to you guys for a little bit, just about some things in my life that have been important, and just some little nuggets of, whatever you want to take away from this. Obviously you guys kind of go on in your life and you decide what's important, but this is, for me, has been really important. And I think it can kind of apply to everybody. So thank you guys again for giving me the time, and I'll really just jump straight in. So a big thing in my journey has been surrounding myself with people who are conducive and that support my dream. I know for some of y'all, that's, depending on your circumstances, that might be hard. There's a lot of people around you that really, it's just hard to dream around. It's hard to talk about what you want to do, and you have big goals and dreams, and the people that you're around on a day-to-day basis really don't line up with what you want to do and don't really support it. I know that can be pretty difficult, but just trying to find those people that, regardless of the circumstances, they're always going to support you and they're always going to want the best for you. There's a lot of people that want good things to happen to you, but never better than what's going to happen to them. They don't ever want you to do better than them. And I think that's, it's really important to surround yourself with people who genuinely want the best for you, regardless of what happens for them. And I think for me, it's been valuable to have friends, and especially family, who have just been supportive no matter what. And I'm super thankful that I found those people, and I really have faith that all you guys can too. And I'm sure you guys have people in your life who are like that, but I would just say that's a big thing, is just surround yourself with good people who support you and want to see you do well, and also along with that, just thinking outside the box, and just believing like you can do things that haven't really been done before, that people in your town and your family and your area haven't done. And I think some people get discouraged by that mindset of, well, nobody's done this before, so I can't do it either. And that's just a lie. You can do whatever you put your mind to, whatever you work for, you really can achieve. And matching a dream with a work ethic is the key to success. And for me, that's been the biggest thing. And a lot of people will sell you on a dream, but not the work that goes into it. And it takes a lot of work. But when it's something you love, and when it's something that you've dreamed about doing, it's not as hard to put the work in as you think. It takes a lot, though. It takes a lot of time, a lot of, blood, sweat, tears, all those things that everybody says. It takes a lot of that to be successful, but you can do it. And I think some people get discouraged by the fact that no one in my family's done this, and no one in my town has done this, or whatever it may be. And that honestly doesn't really matter. You can do whatever you put your mind to. So that's the first thing for me that I think is really important, is just surround yourself with good people who support you and dream with you. Another thing is the faith aspect of my life has been the number one thing for me. Not even just talking about success, but just happiness, and really being good with who I am, and trusting God, and realizing I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I'm not late, I'm not early, I'm just right where I need to be. And God obviously has had a huge part of that, in that. And the way he's kind of ordered my steps and directed my journey has been, honestly, just looking back, pretty unbelievable. Some of the decisions I made that I didn't really know why I was making the decisions, it was kind of a hard choice for me. Looking back, it was the perfect choice, and I know that was God that was leading me and directing me, and helping me make all those decisions that have lined up and really made my life a lot better than what I could have dreamed for myself and put together for myself. So my faith is a huge part, and part of that is just not wasting what God has given me. And everyone that's listening, every one of you has been given, a certain set of, abilities or skills or natural talents, whatever it may be. And I just encourage you to not waste them. There's a lot of people that waste what God has given them. And I would just encourage you guys to maximize it and to really try to make the most out of your life. And that would just be a piece of advice that I give you. We've all been given breath and life and opportunities, and they're all different. Everyone's opportunities are different, and some people might not get as many opportunities, and they might be, they might look like different things, but we've all been given these things that we can take advantage of, and just don't waste what God has given you. He's given us all a lot. So that'd be another piece of advice that I have. And then along with that is just don't ever. One thing that I've learned is to not chase money or success or whatever. I think just chasing happiness is the biggest thing, and joy. And really joy for me is something like only God can give. That's something that it's not circumstantial. It doesn't change because you're having a bad day or because life is hard. It's this underlying belief that life is good, that everything's going to work out. And I think that's really what joy is. And that's something that God has given me. I haven't always had. And I think as life has gotten harder and more just confusing and also better in a lot of ways, like, I'm getting the chance to live out my dream, and that's amazing. But there's also difficult things on a day-to-day basis that are stressful, that are just hard sometimes. And God has given me that sense of just joy. And you got to remind yourself, it's not always second nature to feel it, but you got to remind yourself, life is good, and I'm blessed, and God's given me a lot. And I think that's a big thing, is not chasing money or success. Because I think success in a way is happiness. It's joy. It's doing what you love. And a lot of people will try to convince you success is just making a lot of money. And it might line up with your dream, and that, might work out great. You might make a ton of money and be happy and have joy and be successful and all those things. That might be that. But for some people, some of the happiest people I know aren't the richest people I know. They're just people that have joy and that have that faith that everything's good. Everything's going to work out. God is the one that's in control, not me. And really, those are the happiest people I've met. And those are the people that chase joy and chase happiness. And that would be my advice is don't get caught up in chasing what everybody else is going for. Find your own niche, find what you love, and really just have that unshakable belief that it's going to work out, even if you don't know exactly how it's going to work out. And putting the work in every day to ensure that your dream comes true. Because at the end of the day, that's all you can do. All you can do is put the work in and maximize what you've been given. And then from there, it's really out of your control. It's in God's hands. It's in outside circumstances, that kind of controls what happens. But you can control how hard you work. You can control how you think, how positively you think. And that's just my advice to y'all, is to control what you can control. The rest of it, you don't really have a say. So just honestly chase your dream. It's fun chasing a dream and working hard. And you realize as you get older, as a kid, it's just fun to kind of mess around, play video games, not have any responsibilities. But then as you get older, you realize like some of the best things in life come from being able to do things for yourself and support yourself, and just chase a dream. It's fun. So I just encourage you guys to keep your dream alive, keep believing. And I'm here as a witness. I'm believing the best in all of you guys. The best is yet to come. Your best days are ahead. And I'm believing that for all of you. And I'm confident in that. So thank you guys so much for taking some time. I know I went a little bit long, Greg. I'm sorry about that. But just thank you guys for listening to me for a little bit, giving me a chance to speak to you all, and blessings to everybody. So appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Trevor. What an inspirational message. And you did not go too long. It was perfect. We miss you here. right outside of Clemson. Our new teammates, Amari and Travis, which are here, all these kids that are here, but thanks for going out of your way still to participate in our program. Speaking of thank you, thanks to everybody. Special thanks to Travis and Trevor. Also, of course, Amari and our high school kids, all 5 of them. What a wonderful job. You added so much to our program. I hope all of you, elementary, middle, high school, throughout the upstate, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was inspirational. I hope you like Coaches for Character. I hope you're looking forward to our next program, which will probably be in May sometime. But again, I appreciate your support, and you're what our program is all about. Again, our mission is to teach youth the importance of education and character. And of course, we couldn't do it without these wonderful speakers like the 3 that we had tonight. We also, once again, couldn't do it without the amazing sponsors and supporters from throughout the upstate. Thank you again, and as we close, you'll see those sponsors flash across the stage, and only appropriately, you will also see those pictures again from Coaches for Character programs the last 15 years. Again, 51 programs, over 45,000 students, and we're just going to keep on keeping on. And good night to all of you, and we'll see you in May.
That's what we're doing.